All right, I'm back. I just cooked some delicious breaded chicken. Came out really good with some sweet corn. Delicious. But I'm back. I'm gonna talk more about scary stories in my life. It's fun. Figure I always wanted to tell these stories, but I used to have these stories on YouTube, but I took out my channel because uh I won't get into it, but it was a good excuse, and I decided to bring him back because I mean, they're just scary stories are entertaining, but everything I'm saying is true. I'm not making anything up. And the people, that share their stories with me too, they don't exaggerate anything. There are things that go bump, in the night, even in the day, and it's just unexplained. So here's another instance. Like I said in my previous videos, I used to have a lot of sleep paralysis back in the day, in the 90s. In the 2000s, like 2000 or 2010, it was a little better. The early 2000s were bad, but after 2005, it started going away a little bit. But in the 90s, man, oof, especially late 90s. Like I said, I was probably having sleep paralysis this night. This happened the same night. I was sleeping and having a horrible nightmare. It was so bad that I remember it for like a week and then I completely forgot about it. I can't remember what I dreamt that night anymore, but I remember it was really, really bad. And sleep paralysis is no joke. Like you could see your kind of what's going on around you. And at this time, I was dreaming a lot about the devil, uh, taking sides with the devil, and basically going on a murdering rampage and getting caught and killing police and dropping them from a roof with like a hurricane that came out of my pants and being chased and then getting cornered and coming out with in different uniforms and getting away. It was weird. Like I remember that one of the dreams I told the devil, you're gonna get destroyed because it's the end, and he's like, well, what makes you think you're gonna be safe? And I was like, ah, shit. Then he gave me a hug, and like everything went dark, and I felt like my soul was killed or gone or something. That was just one dream. But this dream I don't remember, but I remember it was bad too. And this same night, my father came from work, and he used to come up the stairs because it was very dark in the basement, and there was no light on the stairs, and so it takes a while to get up the second floor through the basement. And when he opened the door, he says that somebody screamed in his face, like, ah! And he even felt the wind in his face. And he got really spooked. He went rushing to my room. He thought that maybe I was fucking around playing. And he's like, Flaco, Flaco, was that you? And I was like, oh, thank God you woke me up because I was having a really bad nightmare. Like, that's what I said in my head. I never told him. And he realized that I was asleep and he just couldn't explain that. And so it's just weird that that happened the same night, when I'm having a sleep paralysis, and he's basically coming from work and they scream in his face. Now, to another story about him, one time I heard my mom laughing and she said, I told her, why are you laughing? And she said, oh, well, I've never seen your father so scared in my life. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I woke up in the middle of the night and he was praying. I'm like, what? Yeah. Well, and then I asked my father, and he said that that night he heard footsteps coming through the living room and stopping right in front of the room. And so he was trying to get up to go investigate, and he felt something push him to the bed, and he felt pressure on his legs. It's like saying, you can't get up. Like, don't get up. And so he got really scared and he started praying. Um, and then when he was praying, well, my mom woke up. And so, my father doesn't make up stories. There's a lot of weird things, like I said here. Like that one time that I heard a big engine type of deal, like a big tank, war tank next to my room. And things shook, and I've heard things in the attic that I can explain. Or sometimes you go up either upstairs or to the basement and you hear like people, and then you get there and there's nobody, and you could swear that somebody, a relative or somebody, was here, and there's nobody. Or you hear little things here and there that, or things falling, like breaking or something, and then you go and there's nothing, you know and it's just weird. It hasn't happened like it used to, and I hope it doesn't, but it's just weird. It's like these things have no explanation, no logical explanation. In a way, it's fascinating, but in a way, it's like I was thinking one time that maybe this is all a simulation, and the people in charge are prankster teenagers playing with our lives, because that's how it feels like to me. A lot of bad things have happened to me that I cannot explain, where I'm close to achieving a goal and it gets taken away from me at the last minute, you know. And I'll make a video on bad luck because it's very interesting. But anyway, I'll see you guys around, and let me know your thoughts if you had any scary stories. All right, take care. Bye bye.